Hello everyone and welcome back to the Perfect French with Dylane. Today we are going to look at the French pronoun Y pronounced I. As usual, I have a free PDF for you to keep and review. The link will be in the description box of this video. And next week we are going to focus on the pronoun en. So usually both go together, so that will be for next week. This lesson is inspired by my textbook, The Complete French Grammar Course. It includes all the lessons, all the grammar lessons from A1 to B2, so from total beginners to high intermediates. It has all the exercises you need and free audio downloads. You can find it on Amazon for the paperback version or on my website for the PDF version. That's it for the PDF and the book. Let's start the lesson about Y. In this lesson, we are going to see where to place Y in a sentence, Y to replace places, Y to replace things. We are going to look at 10 French verbs followed by a that takes the pronoun Y and also a few expressions with Y. And we are starting with where to place Y in a sentence, in the sentence. Y is always going to be placed before the verb. So we have subject, pronoun, and verb. So subject, Y, and verb. In French, the pronoun always comes before the verb, when in English it comes after. It's one of those differences, always before the verb. When the verb is a reflexive verb, Y is placed between the reflexive pronoun and the verb. So we have subject, and then we have se or s apostrophe, that was my wrist, which is the reflexive pronoun. Then we have Y, and then we have the verb. In a negative sentence, Y is placed between the first part of the negation and the verb. So we have subject, N apostrophe, Y, verb, and then pas, which is the second part of the negation. Of course, in French we have more than one negation, just like in English and many languages, but I didn't list them all. I'm just using this one as an example. So now that we know where to place the pronoun Y, let's look at when Y is used to replace places. For places, we'll mostly use Y to replace the following prepositions: à, en, dans, chez. Let's see an example for each, should we? On est au magasin becomes on y est. On y est. So au magasin is going to be replaced by Y. On est au magasin, on y est. The translation in English is a bit tricky in this case. I would say we are there, we are here, it really depends. So I didn't always add it, but on est au magasin becomes on y est. Remember that a pronoun is used to avoid repetition in a sentence. So on est au magasin, on y est. Je vais en France ce week-end. Je vais en France ce week-end becomes j'y vais ce week-end. J'y vais ce week-end. Okay? Est-ce qu'il est dans sa chambre? Est-ce qu'il est dans sa chambre? Dans sa chambre can be replaced by Y. Oui, il y est. Oui, il y est. Instead of saying oui, il est dans sa chambre, we say oui, il y est. Okay? Last one for this one. Elle est chez le docteur. Elle est chez le docteur. Chez le docteur can be replaced by Y, which gives us L-I-E. I had trouble finding my word there for a second. L-I-E. Okay? So that's all to replace places. Now Y can also be used to replace things. So for things, we'll mostly use Y to replace a noun introduced by the preposition a as well. The preposition a can have the following forms. It can change. So when a is followed by le, it becomes o. When a is followed by le, it becomes o with x at the end for the plural. When a is followed by la, we say the same. À la. where a is followed by L apostrophe, it stays the same, a L apostrophe as well. So let's now look at 10 French verbs followed by a that takes the pronoun y, used to replace things. The first one is assister à. Assister à. Elle a assisté à cette réunion. Elle a assisté à cette réunion. À cette réunion, the group of noun and the preposition and set is going to be replaced by y. Elle y a assisté. Elle y a assisté. Okay? So here the thing is not something that you can touch, is more, to attend something. Something. It can be a thing, it can be a physical thing, or it can be a meeting, a wedding, anything. Anything that's basically not a place. That's more that. The second verb we have is croire à. Croire à. Je ne crois pas à cette histoire. Je ne crois pas à cette histoire. À cette histoire can be replaced by y. Je n'y crois pas. Je n'y crois pas. Okay? Goûter à. To taste, to try. Tu as goûté à ce gâteau? Tu as goûté à ce gâteau? À ce gâteau can be replaced by y. Tu y as goûté? Tu y as goûté? Tu y as goûté? Did you try it? S'habituer à. S'habituer à. On s'habitue doucement à notre nouvel horaire. On s'habitue doucement à notre nouvel horaire. À notre nouvel horaire can be replaced by y. On s'y habitue doucement. Remember I said that when a verb is a reflexive verb, we are going to have the reflexive pronoun, so S apostrophe, y, and then the verb, the main part of the verb. So on s'y habitue doucement. S'intéresser à. Je m'intéresse à la peinture. Je m'intéresse à la peinture. Another reflexive verb here. À la peinture can be replaced by y. So we have je m'y intéresse. Je m'y intéresse after the reflexive pronoun. Jouer à. Il joue au football. Il joue au football. Au football can be replaced by y. Ils y jouent. Donc on a de liaison here. Ils y jouent. Ils y jouent. Participer à. Participer à. Nous avons participé au concours. Nous avons participé au concours. Au concours can be replaced by y. Nous y avons participé. Nous y avons participé. 3 more verbs. Penser à. Je pense à mes vacances. Je pense à mes vacances. J'y pense. J'y pense. Je pense à mes vacances becomes j'y pense. Very easy. Réfléchir à. Je vais réfléchir à cela. Je vais réfléchir à cela. À cela can be replaced by y. Je vais y réfléchir. Je vais y réfléchir. And I know you're going to ask me the question, so let's have a look at this structure. Here we have 2 different verbs. We have aller, je vais, and then réfléchir. This is called the futur proche, so it means that it's gonna happen very soon. But réfléchir here is still our main verb, so we place the pronoun before the main verb, not before vais. Because here, that means that we're going to think about it, okay? The main verb is réfléchir, is to think of. The main verb is not that we are going somewhere. It's a different type of verb, okay? So je vais y réfléchir. Y réfléchir. Last verb before we see a couple of expressions, we have répondre à. Répondre à. Mon patron n'a pas répondu à mon message. Mon patron n'a pas répondu à mon message. À mon message is going to be replaced by y. So it's a little bit more tricky. Mon patron n'y a pas répondu. N'y a pas répondu. Mon patron n'y a pas répondu. Okay, so after the first part of the negation, and before the verb. This one is a little bit more complicated for the structure, but if you think about it, step by step, it makes sense. And we have three expressions with Y. We have il y a, which is there is, there are. We have vas-y, which is let's go, but in the singular form. And then we have allons-y, which is let's go in the plural form. And that's it for today. I hope this lesson was useful for you. Don't forget your free PDF to keep and review. And next week we'll focus on the pronoun en. So exact same lesson, just for the pronoun en. So I hope I will see you next Wednesday for a new French lesson. À mercredi prochain.